Hey, my friends, good morning. Derek here from B.O.M Socks with another day of B.O.M Bites, where we feast upon the words of Christ, one bite at a time. So one of the coolest experiences that I have ever had as a teacher, again, I've taught for about 25 years in the church educational system. I've done seminary and institute. One of my opportunities I've had was in the last couple of years, I've had an opportunity to go back and help direct church history workshops for other seminary and institute teachers. And it has been such a cool experience. I've had opportunities to be able to hit some of these church history sites multiple times. And one of the coolest experiences that I've had is I got to teach about the Kirtland Temple in the Kirtland Temple. Where Joseph Smith stood, I got a chance to stand. Where Jesus came, I got a chance to stand. And it is so cool to be able to have that opportunity to be able to teach about what took place, where it took place. So section 109 has a special place in my heart because there's been some tender experiences I've had with this. So I'm going to keep it actually really simple for you guys today. We've talked this week about the dedication of the Kirtland Temple, some of the experiences yesterday. Those are some great ones here. So I want to get into the actual dedicatory prayer for a moment. Now, let me preface this with a quote in the Come Follow Me from Elder Bednar, where he says, I invite you, and he's referring to section 109, I invite you to study repeatedly and ponder prayerfully the implication of these scriptures in your life and for your family. So you can see, here's an apostle saying, I invite you to prayerfully study these with how they can apply to your family. So for section 109, there is one word I want to focus on, and it's going to seem like a really weird word, but bear with me. The word is that. Okay, you're probably like, okay, that. So the reason why, the word that is in here dozens of times. It's a common English word. It connects things. So that this will happen. And so what I'd like you to do is I'm going to pull up some verses here, okay? So verse 5, verses 9 through 28, which were part of the verses that Elder Bednar talked about, 33, 38, 46, 56 and 57, and then 72 through 76. And you are going to focus on the word that, okay? So more or less, temples are built so that, and that's what you're going to look for. So take a few minutes. You can do it as an individual and as a family, however you want to do it, but focus on the word that and see what promises come when we do this, that will happen. So look at these verses and we'll come right back and we'll talk about a couple of them. Now, it was awesome because I did this very thing with some of the members of the Community of Christ. And the Community of Christ, they are the current caretakers of the Kirtland Temple. Wonderful people, very kind individuals, and they're good stewards. They are doing their absolute best to take care of this place with the resources and the funds that they have to be able to do so. And they're doing their best. They're good, kind people. So if you get a chance to go there, it's a good support. They're good stewards of this temple. So I had a chance to teach this with some seminary teachers along with some members of the Community of Christ, and it was kind of fun. They were kind of like, hey, I've never really looked at that way. So the verses I want to focus on are the ones that Elder Bednar specifically focused on, which is verses 24 to 28. And you see how many times you see the word that in here. First of all, we ask thee, Holy Father, to establish the people that shall worship and honorably hold a name and standing in this thy house to all generations and for eternity. And that was the title of Elder Bednar's talk where we talked about this. Verse 25 has got one of the coolest that's. Temples are built so that no weapon formed against them shall prosper. That is Old Testament language. That's from the book of Isaiah. It's like no weapon that is formed against you will prosper. That's a powerful, powerful promise. I heard something this last week where it talked about how Satan is the inventor of weapons of mass distraction. And you think about this, that's one of his greatest tools today. And the temple can be one of those things that keeps us from being distracted, but it could also be something that we are easily distracted from going to. So no weapon that is formed against those who attend the temple will prosper. I love that. Verse 26, temples are built so that no combination of wickedness shall have power to rise up and prevail over thy people, whom thy name shall be put in this house. That's a cool promise. Verse 27, and if any people shall rise against this people, thine anger be kindled against them, and if they shall smite this people, thou wilt smite them. Again, powerful words here. Thou wilt fight for this people. That's such a cool promise. We've seen that happen with the Lord of Sabaoth. As thou didst in the day of battle. And again, temples are built so that they may be delivered from the hands of all of their enemies. One of my favorite Old Testament verses I've got cross-referenced here. It's Psalm 118 verse 6, where it says, "The Lord is on my side. I will not fear. What can man do unto me?" So that's a cool promise with regards to the temple. There's so many others in here that you could go through. So one of the things you could talk about as a family is, when have you personally seen that happen? Some of these promises that we've talked about, like verse 22, "We ask thee, Holy Father, that," so temples are built so that "thy servants may go forth from this house armed with power, that thy name may be upon them, and that thy glory be round about them, and thine angels have charge over them." There's so many cool promises here in this dedicatory prayer. Now, in the Come Follow Me manual, one of the things it suggests is to go down to the last couple of verses there, 78 through 80, and to read those verses. This is where Joseph finishes, "O hear, O hear, O hear us, O Lord. Answer these petitions. Accept the dedication of this house into the work of our hands, which we have built unto thy name." And just some cool promises there. So it says the hymn, "The Spirit of God," was written for the Kirtland Temple dedication, and it has been sung at every temple dedication since. You may want to sing this hymn together and find phrases that increase your gratitude for Latter-day Temples. How does this hymn relate to the messages found in these verses, which I just focused on? You can also find the dedicatory prayer for the temple nearest you at temples.churchofjesuschrist.org. So that's kind of a fun little thing you could do as well. So whenever I teach in a new seminary building, I go try to find the dedicatory prayer, because those are dedicated buildings as well. And it's fun to see the promises and to point those out to individuals. And so if you can see the promises that have been given to you in your temple area, that might give you a little bit more of courage and a little bit more faith and a little bit of less distraction, so that the temple can be more of a prominent thing in your life. So anyway, hope that helps you out. That's a great section. Take time and read that section, and you'll be blessed for it. Hey, thanks for watching. Thanks for subscribing. Thanks for sharing. Godspeed. We'll see you tomorrow. Bye-bye.